a shot alterer. What do you love the most about Flory's upside?
Well, what I really like is the fact that, okay, Brian just stole one there off the, so who's going to get it? The blue team here. But what I love about Flory is the different style of play that he's going to bring when he comes in for Hunter Dickinson. I'll stop talking because we're joined by our basketball coach, Bill Self. What's up, Coach?
You'll stop talking?
Is that, you just want to take this and go?
Coach, first off, congratulations on a great night. This has been the best late night to this point that I can remember in a long, long time. The entertainment's been fabulous.
Thank you. I had absolutely zero to do with it, but thank you. So yeah, hey, how good is the building, though?
That's what I was going to say. You talked about shiny new penny and that you know so much about it. And there's things that you have to do to a 70-year-old building, and man.
Oh, my God.
They nailed it.
They nailed it. I mean, to think, let's see if AJ can knock that down. Nope.
Put back good for Clements.
No rebounding.
But yeah, $50 million of renovations. You keep the same aura and history and tradition, that old school charm, but now all the great fan amenities to modernize this building.
Well, you know, when you stop and think about a 70-year-old building and bathrooms, air filters, the air handlers, how you move the air into place, you know, you get a new scoreboard, you get new lights, you have basically new sound system. They did a remarkable job. And what's incredible to me is the walls will still sweat, but you have the amenities that a new building has, and it's going to be pretty cool. I mean, there's no doubt about that. Our fans are going to love it.
Well, just the manufactured noise. I mean, you talked about the audio system is unbelievable. You can feel it now just with the music and the PA announcer. I mean, it's an unbelievable system. And
you know,
already the loudest building in the world.
Yeah, it's good. It's going to be good. I tell you, oh, that's bad play by Juan.
Sticks with it and scores, though. 6-4 Blue, 8-4 now after the Wando stick back.
Well, let's start with the returners. You know, you look at KJ, Hunt, DeJuan, and then Zach, who redshirted last year.
That's what KJ has gotten. Oh, he's gotten so much better at, but that one he shot wide left there. But he has gotten a lot better.
So we talked right at the beginning when you got on here talking about Flory and what he brings to this team. McDonald's All-American, long, rim runner, athletic. Talk about how he can impact this game.
Well, there's a brick. And David's been like our best perimeter scorer here lately in practice. That's a bad play by Ryland.
Well,
gosh. Terrible.
So David Coit, a guy that you got late in the summer, mid-August or so. Talk about him transfer from Northern Illinois.
You know, you said Flory, and I did. Flory can play above the rim. He's a freak athlete and so quick twitch. He'll give us you said it, Greg, though. He'll give us something different than Hunt. So, you know, if you get 40, 45 minutes out of those two, you're looking at something totally different than what we've had. And that's not a knock to anybody else. He's just so. What is that?
Hunter with a little weak fadeaway. But, you know, we talk about minutes where, you know, back in November and December, your main guys had to play 36, 37 minutes a game to get to that 12-1 mark. And this year, probably not going to have to do that because you got numbers.
Yeah, we've got more bodies. There's no question about that. So
Adams rocking that.
I like our roster. You know, practice. I like them.
And you're going to get tested early and often. The second game of the year against North Carolina. Talk about how that game came to fruition.
Well, just I actually think I'd love to play Carolina, Duke, Kentucky, Michigan State. We'll get to with Arizona and Houston. But you look at it, we're playing probably home and home, at least scheduled on in some way, shape, or form. Maybe you know, 8 of the top 10 programs in the country. So scheduled in the second game of the season.
A.J. Storr on the wing, trying to feed it inside to Flory. And, of course, 1 week from tonight, you'll be in Fayetteville.
Yeah.
That's what A.J. does right there. He missed that one. That's what he does.
Yeah, a week from tonight, we'll be down in Fayetteville to take on the Razorbacks in a kind of like last year's Illinois game, fundraiser for mental health, and getting two great programs together down in Bud Walton. Talk about how
it turned out it was against the rules to be an NIL game because they didn't pass it. They said that you couldn't do that, so it had to be a charity game, and it's for a great cause. I know that Anthony Grant, coach of Dayton, lost his daughter, and so I'm excited about that. It'll be good.
Well, it's so good when you can give back while having such a great event. It'll be and it's a great test for you guys, for this brand new team to go to a building like that. It doesn't count, but it's going to count for you because you can find out a lot about your team in front of 20,000 people.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it's sold out already. Although you never want to not win, but the bottom line is the most important thing. How do we learn from it? And I actually thought that was good for us last year. This will be great for us this year.
A.J. Storr on that last miss, transfer from Wisconsin, averaged 17 a game, second team All Big Ten a year ago. How's his preseason been thus far?
It's been good. It's been a little inconsistent, but he's trying to figure it out. He's a really good talent. He's a terrific young man, and he just probably needs to get his motor to run at a little higher gear more consistently because he can do some things athletically that few can, but he's got to get turned up all the time.
A guy that just made that pass there, Raquise Passmore. Look at that athleticism by K.J. Adams with his
good pass by Jay Cross right there.
But Raquise Passmore is a freshman that has, to me, when I've watched practice, has really shined. He plays well above his young age, and now you may not see him as much this year, but
AJ has dominated this. Oh. Was that the ball that hit the backboard, or was that his head?
It looks like his head. Jeez. I mean, there's nothing short. Athleticism all around on this team. A.J. Storr is a freak athlete. Raquise, K.J., we know what he can do.
The best athlete on the team, Shaq is a really good athlete. He's not out there yet. But the best athlete on the team, if healthy, obviously would still be El Marco, though.
Right.
And so sad about what happened to him. But let's see what Flo does here. Good D by
Justin Cross on the block. Here comes the Crimson squad. 14-13 right now. Crimson on top. And there's Coit right on cue. David Coit. David Coit knocked down a 3-21 a game in Northern Illinois a year ago. What could his role be this year?
I think Arkansas for Nolan had a player back when they were really winning big in the late 90s named Dillard. Instant offense, little guy off the bench. I see him he's got a chance to start, but I also see him being a guy that can, he's going to score 20 points in multiple games this year. I don't have any doubt about that. But, he's little. And so some games will be more effective than others, but he's a tough little guy.
Would you give him kind of a Remy comparison?
I think there's a lot of similarities. Yeah. Of course, Remy's, you didn't hear this very often. Remy's quite a bit bigger,
right?
But
David, I know, kind of surprised everyone that he wasn't exactly 5'11".
No, he's 5'8". but he thinks he's bigger than anybody in here, which is good.
Well, I think the other thing that I've noticed about this team is you got a lot of old guys. And when I say old,
yeah, we do.
22, 23, 24-year-olds, which when you look back to 2022, you had that as well.
Yeah.
And when you look at CB, Jalen, Ochai, Remy, DeJuan's been here for 9 years. So getting old and staying old, you've talked about that. Use that term a lot. We didn't really get old and stay old, but you figured it out to get an old team in here.
Yeah, I don't know if we kind of lucked into it. They're running out of bounds. We just put out of bounds plays in just the other day, and so we'll see what they do here. They didn't do anything.
That wasn't the play you set up to
get
it to David and shoot a one.
Well, no, he's going to shoot some of those. Move, Rod.
Matt DeJuan Harris is going to love having a lob catcher like that.
He's a good player.
kind of reminds.
Juan's had a good fall. Juan, the key to our team, regardless of who we signed, is still probably Juan and KJ and Hunter being better. You know, and I think they've all improved.
David Coits, top of the circle. How about Zeke Mayo, the hometown kid coming home? You said early in the preseason, back in the summertime, he was standing out as much as anybody. How's Zeke coming along?
Zeke's had a really, really good offseason.
Another lob and another flush from Flory Bidunga.
Yeah, that's not good. Hunt's got but he'll aggravate it from time to time.
You were talking about Zeke Mayo before the exit of Hunter there.
He's been terrific. He's been really good. But I will say this, he's got to look to score. Very good shooter.
Rylan Griffin, another guy transferred from Alabama, played in the Final Four last year. Knockdown shooter. Talk about Rylan.
Noah Shelby is as good a shooter as we got. I mean, what is he, 2 for 2 tonight? Got 6 points?
2 for 3, yeah.
2 for 3.
Shelby from Rice and Vanderbilt. Greg was just asking about Rylan Griffin out of Alabama, who's on defense right now on Mayo, and Mayo with the lay-in. But how about Rylan? Obviously a good three-point stroke. Yeah. How's he fit in so far?
He's been good. He and AJ, I think, are as big a keys as we have to our team, and they're not comfortable yet. You can, although this isn't real ball, but they're trying to figure out how to play.
This kind of basketball tonight better than last year. I know last year wasn't very good.
That's a good player right there.
Wow. Pass four. Slamming it home to tie it up. And while this isn't real ball, as you said, Coach, it's a tie game with $1:20 to go, which begs the question, if you're in a tie game, who on this team do you want to have the ball in their hands to take a potential game-winning shot?
Rylan Griffin.
Right in the face.
Love it. Right on cue, the Alabama transfer with the corner pocket three.
And he was able to excel there with Mark Spears penetrating, which would be DeJuan being able.
KJ with that was a spam for 3. He'll make that one.
Easy money. David Coit ties it up with 50 seconds to go.
We haven't exactly worked on 2 for 1 yet, so there's.
Obviously, the ball's going to be in Juan's hands in the clutch, but who do you want taking the big shot at game point?
Juan.
Every time I ask, the answer is whoever delivered.
But, back to the building, isn't it great? I mean, 3 weeks from now, when this thing is finished and all the bells and whistles are done, it's going to be unbelievable. It's going to be fabulous.
And by that, he means there's some hospitality areas and a few others. As you're walking around Allen Fieldhouse, there's about 200 construction workers doing
and we don't have the graphics and anything else up yet, that will really sell it,
But it is an amazing building and only got more impressive. And there's final play as the blue team goes on to beat the white 30-26.
Do you have a favorite aspect of all of the renovations and everything that was upgraded? One thing that jumps out above the rest?
From my vantage point, I think it's going to be I love the new shiny penny inside. I love the scoreboard, the lights, the sound system. But what I think will help us is
a season to remember, and maybe, just maybe, another banner year for Kansas men's basketball. Good night, everybody, from Allen Fieldhouse, the crown jewel of college basketball. The best truly did get better. I hope you show up and see it this season. This place is awesome. This has been a presentation of ESPN Plus on the Jayhawk Sports Network and ESPN.